Are you free to play and want to kick some ass? Stay tuned. Welcome back, and this is the free-to-play version of Tellarknights. This deck is acquired over 2 main boxes and 1 EX structure deck. So before we get into anything, you go into how to obtain. You can get for your first EX structure deck, you will spend 1,000 gems in order to get 1 Deneb, 1 Triver, 1 Batlamis. So with your 1,000 gems, you'll grab that. Then we go back, and then you're opening up Shining Hope. You want to open up Shining Hope twice because you will get 2 Denebs as an ultra rare. You'll also get 2 Phoenix Chains, which are a back row staple, as well as very important to this deck. You will get 3 copies of Altair. You'll get 3 copies of the Alpha as well, which will complete your whole Tellarknight deck. On top of that, as a free-to-play card, we have Skybridge, which is obtainable by level up, by leveling up Tori up to level 30 to get 3 copies of, which is easy peasy grind. Monster Reborn is given to all of us starting a new account, and all the rest is history. Now, I would say also in the main box you will get 2 Eltroses as well as your boss monster. Now, what free to play for me means something you don't spend any money on, so grinding is okay. However, we are all given an ultra rare and a super rare ticket at some stage when we start a new account. So I would recommend using 1 ultra rare ticket on Batlamis and 1 super rare ticket on a Malevolent Sin. Now, moving swiftly forward, about the rares and the normal Tellarknights here, you can do whatever you wish. A lot of people do play Serious, which allows you to shuffle 5 of your Tellarknights from your graveyard into your deck or extra deck to then also draw a card. However, I do prefer to play the Regal because it offers an OTK kind of gameplay. So for long games, Serious is better. For short games, Regal's better. So it really depends on what kind of game you want to play, an OTK or a grindy one. Now, moving on, Tellarknights has taken everyone by storm and has made a lot of people play them. They're a great King of Games deck. They're easy to play. You don't need too much, brain to use them. All in all, each Tellarknight has a once a turn effect. Deneb, once you summon it, you can search your deck for a Tellarknight, put it into your hand. Altair, once you summon it, you can special summon a Tellarknight from your graveyard. Anuk puts a Tellarknight from your deck into the graveyard. Vega special summons a Tellarknight from your hand. Regal gives a Tellarknight plus 500 attack. All of these have great synergy with each other, and they are all rank 4, which allows you to enter your extra deck. We'll talk about that later. Monster Reborn is an obvious one because you can discard with Anuk to their Monster Reborn a Deneb, and then you get a Tellarknight in your hand, and you can pop off. Skybridge is here for some either protection of your opponent's back row, where you can save one of your monsters to exchange them for another one. So Skybridge says, target 1 Tellarknight monster you control, special summon 1 Tellarknight monster with a different name from your deck, and then if you do, shuffle the targeted monster into the deck. You can only use this once per turn. But remember, all our Tellarknight monsters have got an activation once per turn, so you can activate a multiple activation. Skybridge can be used defensively or offensively, and it's a quick play spell, so you can even do it in the attack phase. And this is how I say the OTK works, because on turn 2, you could pop off into a Triver. Triver says when it comes into play, bounce all cards to the player's hand. You will then attack for 2100. You then Skybridge into a Regal, and that's 4000 damage on point. So that's a great OTK, where other cards don't allow that. Phoenix Chain is a popular back row trap, regardless as in which deck you play. This is a great trap to have. Now, the reason why it's super awesome in Tellarknights is because, again, with Triver, you can bounce it back to your hand and then do it again. So Chain says, activate this card by targeting one effect monster on the field, negate its effects, it can't attack. And it's a continuous trap. Now, sometimes people can synchro or overlay or destroy their own monster, and this will still stay on the field. Well, then what happens is, the following turn, you use Trigger. Trigger says bounce everything to the hand. You get chains back, and you put it face down on the field again for the next turn to chain the opponent again. So this is great synergy with the deck. Stellar Nova Alpha, this is a counter trap. Whenever a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, send one face-up Tellarknight monster you control to the graveyard, negate it, and also draw a card. So it's card economy, which is fantastic. You negate and you draw. Perfect. Also, it has some synergy with the extra deck monsters, such as Trigger. We'll go back to Trigger. Trigger requires 3 level 4 Tellarknights. When it comes into play, as we said before, we bounce everything to the hand. You can detach one material from this card for your opponent to discard a card at random. Fantastic. Then, if this card is sent to the graveyard, not destroyed, sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Tellarknight monster from your graveyard. Now, that's why it's good with the Tellarknight Nova, because you can counter something, draw a card, and then special summon a Tellarknight from your graveyard, which could actually be you special summon an Altair. Altair special summons a Deneb. Deneb, you search for another Tellarknight. Great synergy. Going back to the other boss monster, we have Deltaros. Deltaros, again, 3 level 4 monsters. Once this is summoned, your opponent cannot chain to it, which is fantastic. So it's unaffected by Floodgate. You can detach one material from this card and target one card on the field and destroy it, even itself. That can happen at times, but not so much. But destroy any card on the field. Fantastic. And similar to the Trigger, when this card goes into the graveyard, you can special summon a Tellarknight from your deck or your hand. So again, it has synergy with the Alpha as well. You can pop a card on the field, your opponent tries to do something, you counter it, you draw a card, you special summon again, Altair from your deck to then special summon one from the graveyard. And the cycle continues. So this is fantastic. Now, you might say that getting 3 level 4 monsters out can be a bit difficult. Well, that's why we run the 2 Batlamis. First off, this is important because it says 2 level 4 monsters, 2 level 4 Tellarknight monsters. All face-up monsters on the field become dark. Now, this can be very, very important and crucial against Water Xyz and Magnet. However, what you can do here is you can detach a material from this card and discard a card to then upgrade to the next boss monster. So instead of using 3 monsters to get into Trigger or Deltaros, you just need 2 to get into the Batlamis. You discard a card and a material, and you can go into any of your boss monsters. So it's like a little cheating way to get there, which is phenomenal. However, it does have a bit of a side effect. If you use this, you can't XE summon non-Tellarknight monsters for the rest of the turn. Now, moving on to the next card is Malevolent Sin, the most used extra deck monster card in dueling. It requires 2 level 4 monsters, and you can detach a material and remove a monster your opponent controls from the game until their next standby phase. And once Malevolent Sin attacks, it gets plus 300 attack. So again, this is just a great way to clear the road so you can get a good swing in. The next extra deck, I would suggest putting a Dweller. This is because it's got some anti-graveyard stuff in it, but for the moment we are free to play and do not have access to it. So whichever level 4 XP monster you have will do, but more or less the first 5 are the most common. You'll see in the replays a few OTK plays. You'll see a lot of people resign as well. This deck got to 4 win streak on Legend Rank 4 or Legend Rank 3, I can't remember. This is more than ample to get to King of Games without any hassle. I recommend this deck to all new players. It's easy to play, great synergy, easy to maintain. I can't seem to find a flaw with this deck. Well, that's it for now. Tell me what you think about this deck. I would like to know about your opinion, see if you have any changes towards it, or if you're a free-to-play Tellarknight player. What do you have in your deck that I'm not showing here? It'll be great to know. Also, if you want to be a part of our Discord, we have DL on the rise. And also join Twitch at YamiStevo. We play Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays, and Sundays. Come and join the fun and join the community, and it's great. So remember to subscribe, like, thumbs up, all those shenanigans. and I'll see you in Twitch.